Krat was once a bustling town, known for its rapid development and its quick rise to riches. It had industrialized and started to thrive in the blink of an eye, in large part due to the Venigni Works factory set up in town. The puppets produced at the Venigni Works were bound by the 4 laws of the Great Covenant, intended to keep humanity safe. Puppets were mass-produced and found in most homes as butlers, domestic assistants, or even as artificial pets. In the streets, you would find puppets helping direct traffic and manage crowds. And for a time, things were good, until the puppet frenzy, when the puppets were no longer bound by the Great Covenant and would turn against their masters and owners in an orgy of blood and murder. Not far from Krat Central Station, the plaza could be found. Known for its beautiful Art Nouveau architecture and Belle Epoque architecture and statues, the aspirational and idealized design of this area perfectly captured the aspirational sentiment of Krat at one time. Nearby, through the alleys of the plaza, the traveling circus could be found, the Krat Festival. The festival was set up to entertain the crowds with the newest in circus puppets and acrobats, led by the big jovial parade master. Crowds of people, kids, and families would come to the circus to see the colorful cutouts, toys, games, puppets, and acrobats, all led by the parade master. Posters announcing the circus would be found plastered all over the city, prominently featuring the leader of the festival, the parade master, as a symbol for the circus. Introducing the puppet parade, here appears a terrific puppet that will enliven the parade. Introducing the parade master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand exhibition. Hello there, I am the puppet master. I like singing and marching with people. The parade master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, cheerful laughter, and 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight children, and the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. Stepping into the circus arena, we see what used to be a jolly giant, now corrupted. He wouldn't instill mirth, but rather terror. Keeping a cage on his back filled with the bodies of his victims, he roams Sarasani Plaza, looking for more surviving humans to terrorize. A very large puppet, said to have the strength to carry a half-dozen men. He wears the traditional red-themed outfit of a parade leader, once flashing and loud, now dirty and covered in blood. His head still has the friendly smile of when he was a fan favorite, but now glowing with red eyes, telegraphing his murderous intent. Using his large mechanical arms, he could easily rend flesh and limb from his poor victims. During combat, his dialogue echoes his previous life. "Come on in, we have been waiting. Finally, a guest is here. Kick the party into gear." When he face transitions, we see a more sinister side of him when he talks about disciplining bad children. Bad children get the stick. Discipline will do the trick. At this point, he throws his cage down and stomps on it, ripping his head off and using it as an impromptu mace. We see his more threatening fire form. But after a long tense duel with P, the parade master's festival of murder is put to rest. A little bit further into P's journey into discovering the events of the puppet frenzy of Krat, he would come across a mad donkey man, sporting an awesome mask that would soon become P's favorite. Bashing the side of a carriage, he was yelling at Geppetto to come out and face the repercussions of what the puppets had done to the city. The mad donkey was placing the blame of the puppet frenzy at the feet of the creator of the puppets, although Geppetto wasn't responsible for the mass production, which was carried out at the Venigni factory.
Wait, I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die! Cursed puppet! Back again! I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
After saving Geppetto from the mad donkey, P is directed to City Hall by Geppetto in order to get to the factory on the far side of the building. Geppetto wanted P to make his way through City Hall and into the Venigni factory to shut it down and stop production of the rampaging puppets. On the way to City Hall, we find a note that says, Krat News Issue 1124. Mr. Venigni's ambition to make a jolly police mascot for the city ended in failure. His passion to make a trustworthy friend for the citizens and a strong officer who overpowers criminal was in the right place, but it turned out to be excessive. The new police puppet overcharged storage batteries exceeding its capacity, causing chain explosions, malfunctions, and serious body damage. The city council recommended disposing of the puppet on the grounds that its appearance intimidates visitors. But Mr. Venigni and the taxpayers protested, halting the council's plans in its track. The puppet still lies abandoned behind City Hall to this day while the lawsuit is ongoing. The interesting thing is, even when the puppet's unattended, it performs a number of its mascot roles. It is especially popular with kids, and it even appears to react and respond to the playing of children. However, it has led to more slum children entering City Hall and causing inconvenience to visitors. The City Council is considering exhibiting the puppet only occasionally as a means to restrict entry. The small wooden office puppet description says, a shapeless toy carved from wood and painted over. It has the strange appearance of a hunchback, but it was obviously made with care. Winter, abandoned by the adults, the children let go of their childhood to survive. Spring, the broken police puppet accompanied the children's whistles and restored the children's laughter. Summer, the children made Murphy by carving wood and painting him with stolen paint. Fall, Murphy, who received Murphy as a gift, never let it go. Murphy, the watchman, seemed like he was a little too successful at his role as a mascot, even deactivated, to the point of the poor children in the slums being around City Hall too much and being considered a nuisance by the more affluent members of Krat society. But Murphy grew to care for the slum children all the same. Creeping across the central tower of Krat City Hall, like a mechanical spider, we see him, the Scrapped Watchman. Designed and decorated to look like a regular police officer of the city, now he has taken to moving around on all fours, giving him a menacing appearance, closer to a mechanical spider with red eyes, rather than the public servant he was meant to be. His overflowing storage batteries means that he is an electrical hazard to anyone near him. He would rely on his electric abilities to try to subdue P and stop him on his journey to the factory. His combat dialogue reveals that although he was mechanical, he wasn't heartless. In fact, Murphy seemed to have a great affection for children. His descrambled dialogue says, children, frozen, abandoned by you, I avenge my friends. Ak, Sophia, Eric, Thomas. I miss the whistle. I don't hear it anymore. Adults. Selfish. Kicked out. My friends. You are all guilty. I'll punish you. Freezing cold, like my friends. Likely trying to get revenge for how the poor children of the Krat slums were treated. The Scrapped Watchman now roams, looking for humans to take revenge on. Wishing he could still be with his little friends. His large limbs and the electrical attacks would challenge P and force him to learn about elemental damage. But, like the parade master, he too would fall to P. P would then continue his journey to the Venigni factory, and his mission to find out what truly caused the puppet frenzy and who was behind all this. Thank you very much for watching my lore video on the first two bosses of Lies of P. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching. You take care of yourself. Later.
Amatsa, that is one slick prototype. You think it's a tram for crickets?